This is how I was able to overcome my fear of being on camera. This camera used to make me so upset, and it used to scare the crap out of me, and I refused to create content for 3 years until I did. You might be asking yourself, well, Justine, how did you do it? How were you able to overcome your fear of being on camera? And I will say this, it took a while, longer than it should have, in order for me to do so. All of these gadgets that we have, we can buy all of them, but it doesn't mean anything unless you're actually creating content to help and inspire the world around you. And if you're not doing that and you're allowing your fear to buy all the stuff and then not create content to help someone else, what's the point? How did I do it? How did I overcome my fear of creating content with a small camera like this? Now, mind you, I didn't create content with this particular camera. I bought a used Canon the T6 series, and I just jumped on camera. But even before I bought any investments like that, I just used my phone. I think one of the fears that we do have is that we have a fear of being judged. That could be one moving part of why someone won't create content. But then another reason why someone might not create content is that they have a fear of what they view themselves, how they'll be heard, and not really loving how they sound on camera. And so I say, don't purchase any of these things when you first get started. It's just not necessary. What you can start doing is just this one simple strategy that's really going to build that confidence for you. Because when you are confident with your content, eventually your fear will diminish. The one single thing that I did was I recorded myself and uploaded it to nowhere. I just let the camera run just like this. I pretended I was talking to a camera and just started to feel a little more comfortable than I was. And it honestly worked. And with each milestone, I started to invest in myself with a camera like this or a tripod like this, kind of like a selfie stand slash tripod. But I didn't buy this stuff at first. I only bought what was necessary. And back then in 2017, the cameras weren't as good as they are on these phones now. And so if I had this camera on this phone when I first started back in 2017, I wouldn't have bought anything, to be honest. But in my defense, back then the camera sucked. So I had to buy a used Canon in order for me to record videos on YouTube. But the way I did it first was I just recorded myself. So that's my advice. If somebody wanted to overcome their fear of being on camera, just start recording yourself. Like, just talk to the camera, be okay with it, replaying it multiple times, letting yourself hear what other people are hearing. Because what you hear when you talk versus what you hear when you're on camera is two different things. So just that. Once you overcome that, my next thing is like try to talk to the camera on an Instagram story. So if you have a personal page or if you have a business page or if you have your own content page, just create a story. It goes away in 24 hours. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Next thing, especially if you want to start creating content, once you've done that practice and that prerequisite stuff, the next thing is just maybe record without talking. Like, just getting used to having different angles and point of views on your content versus talking. So if you're doing a get ready with me, maybe you're just doing the makeup in front of a sunlight like this, but you're not talking and you're just playing music, and just start small. That's the biggest game changer, is that we have to diminish the fear little by little in order for your mind, body, and soul to feel safe while creating content. And then once you start knowing that it is safe, because fear is just made up, it's false evidence appearing real, and it's not. Once you feel confident, or before you feel confident, you'll start to feel safe. And then through that safety of feeling okay with being on camera, you will develop your confidence. So I said this in a last video, it's just that confidence doesn't happen until you have experiences. So the fastest way to get confidence in anything that you do, set the former teacher of a classroom who used to teach our students all the time, it's to build through experiences. You weren't confident before you started your career. You had to learn the ways first, and then you became confident. The more you do, the more confident you become. So start off small and then work your way towards creating content just like this. Now, if you want to monetize your content in a way that inspires millions of people, I was able to overcome the challenges that we're talking about when it comes to being fearful on camera and attract 31,000 subscribers, get monetized in a couple of months, and be able to impact, inspire millions of people throughout the lifetime of my YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, feel free to go check out my page, and hopefully I'll see you on camera.